If your nervous system constantly feels on edge, if you feel like you're constantly on edge, if rest doesn't actually feel restful, or if your body feels like it's been holding its breath for a really long time, this video is for you. Here we are. Today I'm sharing 5 herbs I personally love for nervous system regulation, not to numb, not to escape, but to gently support your body back into a sense of safety. This is not medical advice whatsoever, just plant wisdom, research, and lived experience. Okay, first, let's just talk about the nervous system itself. Your nervous system is a second brain essentially for your body. It goes all the way from your brain down your spine. It's a network that has its own system within your body. It supports your heartbeat. It supports your breathing, your lungs, your gut is what signals fight or flight within the body. And it also plays a big part in your energy level. So there are many ways to get to your nervous system, but one of my favorite ways to do so is through herbs. I personally love herbs because they've healed me through so many situations, circumstances, and mindsets that I felt like I could never come out of, but herbs have always proven me otherwise and shown me that regardless of having a stubborn body, I can still heal and invite my body back into a sense of safety. So, the herbs that I'm going to touch on and speak of can be divided into 2 categories. One of them being nervines and the other one being adaptogens. And I'm going to talk about these two because it is kind of important when it comes to how you're going to use the herbs and what your needs are at the moment. The first category is going to be nervines. Nervines are herbs that work directly on the nervous system. They calm, soothe, and nourish the nerves, especially during anxiety, tension, and sleep issues, or even gut issues. Adaptogens help the body adapt to stress over time, supporting cortisol balance, immunity, and long-term resilience. And most people benefit from a combination of both. I personally have benefited from a combination of both, especially while dealing with long-term and even short-term stress. Both can happen at the same time. But adaptogens, I like to think of them as something that helps sustain equilibrium. Adaptogens work deeper and work longer term. So I'm going to list both adaptogens and nervines throughout this video. The first herb is lemon balm. And lemon balm is an herb I've recently just discovered. I bought a pack of 100 tea bags of lemon balm, and so far I am absolutely in love with the benefits and what lemon balm has been doing for my nervous system and my body as a whole. Lemon balm is essentially safe for everybody, and it's known as nature's Ozempic because it helps with digestive issues, it carbs appetite and sugary addictions, which in turn, makes you look a little skinty. Who wouldn't love that? You know what I mean? Lemon balm is a gentle nervine that calms racing thoughts and supports the gut brain health function. Taking care of your gut is super important when it comes to having a clear mind and a beautiful, safe, and stable nervous system. I mean, our nervous system is always going to be thrown out of whack throughout the day, throughout life. It's just the way of being. But lemon balm calms the gut and it soothes the gut. It's a mild sedative, so it helps with sleep issues, insomnia, anxiety. It's antiviral, so great for immunity boosting and a mood booster, emotional sensitivity if you're constantly on edge and just hyper aware, and mental restlessness, rumination, constant anxiety or paranoia. It's really great sedative and it's gentle, which is why I wanted to start off with this one because anybody and everybody can use it, and it's very easy to find in a tea, in a herb, in a tincture, and almost anything, to be honest. On to the second herb, which is an adaptogen, ashwagandha. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys have heard of this herb, but ashwagandha is something I have been taking as well on top of lemon balm that has helped me cope, especially when I'm having a really busy schedule at work, life, family, friends, trying to balance all of that while having a healthy routine that allows me to show up as my best and full self. Ashwagandha is an adaptogen that supports the nervous system over time. It's great for during times of your life where you're experiencing high stress. It's a nervine tonic, so it's got both nervines and adaptogens within it. It also helps with sleep, insomnia, and low energy levels because of the anti-inflammatory benefits and Adderall support. A lot of hormonal imbalance comes from stress, and when you fix the stress, hormone imbalance typically does go down. This has helped me a lot with my hormonal imbalance that I have been going on a journey with. Hence why I really, really, really love this topic, because it's something that I have been going through and doing trial and error, trying to understand and learn how I can truly help myself. One herb that I found out through my cat is valerian root. Valerian root is a strong nervine. It is a sedative used for deep nervous system shutdown. I actually discovered this herb through our family cat, and every time I travel with Ginger, Ginger gets really anxious. Like, he's just a little anxious cat. He doesn't like to travel. He doesn't like to see different new places. He does not like new environments. So traveling on a plane was just going to be a lot of stress for him. And we went to the pet shop to look for something cat treats that can kind of like calm him down, and we found valerian root, and I read on the package that it was safe for humans, so I wanted to give it a try. I absolutely loved it. It's kind of bitter, actually very bitter, so I recommend pairing it with other herbs and flavors. It's a great muscle relaxant, and it produces GABA, which is a natural neurotransmitter that our body produces that makes you feel calm. And its benefits are insomnia, panic attacks, nervous system overwhelm, and cramps or PMS symptoms. Now, this is one thing that I also love about it, because it strengthens the womb, which helps with cramps. It relaxes the uterus. So if you're struggling with cramps and you don't know what to take and you're trying to sleep, this is a really great herb. And I like to use it in combination with other herbs so that I don't have to reach for Tylenol or Advil or any of the over-the-counter pills that aren't so good for my liver and the rest of my body. Herb number 3 is going to be Damiana. I love Damiana. When I discovered Damiana, I went a little ham. The reason why I love Damiana is because not only is it a nervine tonic that supports emotional openness and embodiment, it is a womb herb. It is an herb that I love to take, especially around my period or times when I just feel like my hormones are kind of off balance. I personally started using Damiana because of the benefits that it has with PCOS and fibroids, something that I had a journey with, but Damiana has helped me lessen the pain, the effects, and shrink my fibroids to the point where I now have a regular period and a regular cycle, because my periods were starting to be like 10 days, and that's a long time, and I don't want to have to go through that. Damiana is an aphrodisiac. It's known for boosting your libido for men and women. It's great for energy and sexual dysfunction. You also get support in stress-related numbness, anxiety stored in the body. When the body keeps score, Damiana is going to help you tear and break that apart. And emotional disconnection, like I've mentioned before, if you're struggling with embodying and opening up and connecting to your emotions, Damiana is going to be the mother that nurtures you back to life. And that's why I freaking love her. Okay, she is a gem. Damiana also helps with depression and anxiety, and it's a mood support because it's balancing your hormones. It really is a feminine herb for me, and I love to work with it, especially in ritual when I am feeling like I need to come back to earth, to Mother Earth, and ground and be sensual and care and love my body. Damiana. Last but never least, because I freaking love this herb, Astragalus is known as a chi herb. It is a breath herb. This is a herb mostly used in Chinese herbal medicine, and I discovered it during a time where I would constantly hold my breath and I was struggling to breathe because of anxiety and not being able to release and open up from being in fight or flight and just being so self-aware and hypervigilant. Astragalus helped me breathe. Quite literally. This is an herb that is an adaptogen focused on long-term resilience and immunity support. She's antiviral, antibacterial, anti-inflammatory. When I take astragalus, I don't need a cup of coffee. I'm totally fine without my Alanis. I'm good without my Celsius. I'm good without my Rockstar or Monsters. Astragalus is an adaptogen that helps with chronic stress, fatigue, and weakened immune system from burnout. I want to see what the herb looks like in its truest form. That's why I like to work with them at their most raw form, and then I make my own pills. I actually love to work with the herbs and get to see them and play with them and make my own pills. I think that's just another form of self-love. These herbs have helped me in different parts of my life and different parts of my journey. I know from trial and error, this is tried and true, that these herbs have worked for me, especially for my stubborn body that struggled for a very long time to get back into equilibrium and just be comfortable and feel safe with a regulated nervous system. Nervous system regulation is about building safety, trust, and resilience over time. Herbs are allies, they're our friends, they're here to help us, they're here to feed and nourish us and to remind us of what our bodies are capable of, to remind us that healing is abundant and it's available to you at any time if you ever so need. So herbs are allies, not fixes. They aid and they support us and work best alongside rest, boundaries, and self-listening. These herbs are so much cheaper than having to go to a therapist or having to go pick up your over-the-counter meds. And I'm not saying that I am a doctor in any shape or form, but they have helped me more than pharma has ever helped me. And I refuse to keep going back and getting antibiotics and getting pumped with these drugs that only make me feel worse. It's up to you and your lifestyle to help regulate your nervous system to be in a healthy state of mind. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you babies next time. Besos.